Hi folks, thanks for joining me. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we done the second round of the Dovpo community review. What's a community review? Basically, a couple of weeks ago, we did a race to win a Dovpo Themis mod, exactly like this one. There were actually quite a few up for grabs. You're part of the race on the Flat Cat Friday show. If you won that race or you're in the top 5, you'd be put into a secret private Discord channel on the Flat Cave Discord group. From there, we talk about the device, you get sent one, you try it out, you test it out yourself, you do as much as you can with the device, and then you fill out a very basic form with your ratings out of 10 for different things to do with packaging and the performance and the display and everything to do with reviewing a product. Once that's done, all that information was compiled and put together, and it was displayed on the Flat Cat Fridays live show just last Friday. What's the idea? What is the point of this? Well, first of all, it's a really good way for us to get products into your hands, something you can try out, and all you've got to do in return is just try it out for a while, be part of a secret little group, chat about it, enjoy it, make the most of it, put together a little form, and any kind of photographs, even a mini reviews, really helpful. What we're trying to do is kind of give manufacturers a more of an option, more chance for their products to be tried out and tested by people, genuine people, not just reviewers, but genuine people to try them out, enjoy them, and just give them their honest feedback. I was really pleased at how this went with the Themis. A really good review in general. People were very happy with them, and I also thought the actual live show, trying to discuss everything, all the bullet points, what could be improved, what's not so good about it, was really good and really helpful. So massive thanks to everyone who's involved, everyone that watched the stream as well. I'm hoping we can do more than just the 2 we've done. I'm hoping as well we can maybe start reaching out to other manufacturers, but it's a process and I really need all your support, and please share this video out if this is something you're interested in doing and you want to see more of. Perhaps you want to do one of these reviews. Anyway, here's the highlights from the Themis review and what we found out, and I hope you enjoy it. There we go. So yeah, that's the Themis. That's the Themis. A nice mod. I've got it here. Yeah, I've had my review on it. I've had my thoughts. So I literally left the folks, the reviewers for the community review, just to do their own thing, to have their own opinions. I really didn't want to get too involved. I've got pictures from people. I've got some lovely stuff. I'm sorry to Astral. I'm in the way of you there. So let me move my face. These are the reviewers. These are the folks who were part of the community review. Just Josh, or Vaping Statham, Faxi, Astral, Jane, Lizzie, Bunny, and Jack H. You all done a great job, so I'm looking forward to go through these. So basically, folks, all these guys and girls had the mod. They've had it for a couple of weeks. They tried them out. All of them. Change my words. All of them really put in a decent amount of effort. They really went for it. They tried it with different mods, different tanks, rebuildables, vaping at different wattages. They really done a really good job. They all had to fill in forms. And the forms were different categories. How's the packaging? What's the ergonomics of the device? What's it like with wattage? What's it like with voltage? All that kind of stuff. Just the whole spectrum of a review. And then to fill out the form, ratings out of 10 and any additional comments. And also things they'd want to improve. Now, for one person, Jane was a... I nearly said like a special case. Jane was a special case. No, what was interesting about Jane's review was Jane also has the dot mod dot box. Now when you look at this Themis, when you look at the Themis, oh, go away you, the lovely picture here from Josh, the Themis looks like the dot mod. You asked Jane, you are special. It looks like the dot box dot mod 200 watt jobby, so it's kind of, Jane had a very specific task to compare the both and to review both of them. So she had double the work, bless her. So I'm just going to go through everything, the whole thing. Start off with package and contents. Now, as you can see here, just to briefly explain to you, all the white numbers across 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10. That's everybody's ratings out of 10. Now, the blue one below the 8 out of 10 is Jane's dot box rating out of 10. Okay, so when it comes to the packaging and the contents, these are the ratings of all 7 of the reviewers, plus the blue one is Jane's dot box reviews. That makes sense? This was a lot of stuff to compile last night. It literally took me 3 hours to put all this together, and it's going to be 10 minutes now and it's all going to be done. Anyway, so there you go. Generally across the board, package, contents, the way it's all boxed up, pretty good ratings. 8, 7, 10, 8, 9, 8, 8 and 10 out of 10 from Jane, which is a good comparison there. The packaging for the dot box is slightly better than the Dovpo one. Again, going back to this picture from Josh. Lovely picture from Josh. I like that picture. Josh had a really nice gold one. Moving on. Build quality construction. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10. And 8 out of 10. Interesting again there. Build quality. Jane rates the Dovpo higher. She rated the Dovpo one higher than the dot box, which is very, very good. I need to also mention there was a number of comments to all these categories. A lot of people left description reviews. It was just way too much information for me to put on a stream. We'd be here all night reading through every form. If you do want a copy of these forms, folks, I'm sure the people who review these would be happy for me to share them with you. If you really want to read all their reviews, all their information, all their opinions, have a bit of a roundup at the end anyway. But yeah, they all done a really, really good job. So, mod ergonomics. Now, this for me was an interesting... Safe Darcy! This was an interesting... Oh, Kenny as well. Safe Kenny. This was an interesting one for me. 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 9 out of 10, and 7 out of 10 with the dot box getting a 9 out of 10. The most common comment on ergonomics was, where have I put it? It was the angles here, is compared to something like the dot box particularly, which is why Jane gave it a 9 out of 10 for the dot box and 6 out of 10 for this. It's just too boxy, so the ergonomics are gone. There were some nice comments about the fire button being really nice for thumb firing. Generally, people were kind of quite happy with it. Jack's just put it there nicely. They needed rounding off. They did need to round it off just a little bit. And that was one thing that I mentioned. Faxi mentioned it. Everyone kind of mentioned that. It was just one observation, really, that kind of let it down a little bit. Lets it down just a little bit. We've got a picture here from Faxi. I think that's Faxi's picture. It's got some nice cores there. There's the battery inside. You see there you've got your USB Type-C port, which is just inside the device, which is very, very nice. So that's all good. Mod displays. Obviously, you've just seen the display on the video. You know, how is it clear? Is it bright? There were some comments from Bunny, I think, who said it's quite small, which is quite a small display. Nonetheless, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7, 5, and 8. And the box mod, I keep getting it wrong. The dot box got a 10 out of 10. I really need to look at the dot box. Thanks to the averages check, I need to look at the dot mod display and see how that. Again, pretty fair. Some high ratings, some low ratings, but you know, average pretty good. So to sum up by a dot mocked, Kenny, wait till the end because it's really interesting. Jane done something really smart. And yeah, it's quite interesting what she said at the end, because generally, although the display ones may be a bit lower, you'll see it's very close between the dot box. I keep saying it wrong. The dot box and the Themis. Instruction manual. Okay. There's a couple of categories that for one reason or another people didn't, just left as blank. Which does affect scores a little bit, and you'll see why later on. But anyway, you see here, everyone's pretty happy with the instruction manual. Yeah, it's a book, it tells you how to do it. But the goodness me, grim green dangleclacks. The dot mod got a 10 out of 10. Available colours, okay. There are some nice colours. There's this blue one I've got. There's a lilac, which is just a pink. There's obviously a black, a gold. A few nice colours. Probably could do some more colours. That was another comment from a lot of the reviewers. Could do with more colours, which would be nice. But again, 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 9, 7, 5, and 10 out of 10. So generally, pretty fair answers. More colours always good. People want more choice. Nice photograph here from Jack. I think this was Jack. Jack did some nice pictures. Appreciate it, Jack. Thank you for sending pictures. All of it, everyone that sent me photographs, it was great. Really nice here with the gold on top. I love that. That's a nice little setup you got going on there. Very nice. Always subjective they are. That was you, Jack. Thanks, mate. Ease of use. How easy is it to use this mod? Is it easy or is it really difficult? Well, it's 6 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and 10 out of 10. So that tells me that it's actually pretty easy to use, which to be fair, it is. You can put a tank on it and push some buttons and then it works. 9 out of 10 for the .mod box as well. So even Stevens on that one. Okay. Next one, menu system functionality. Look, I'll be honest, it's a very simple menu to use. It's very easy to kind of navigate and to change settings. So it says it here 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 10, 10, and a 9 out of 10 for the .bogs. I can't even say it. The .mod box. Good ratings. Everyone's happy with how it operates and functions. Oh, hello. Go away, you. Go. No. I'm pressing the wrong blooming buttons. Menu system layout, not pretty much 9 out of 10s across the board with 10 out of 10. It's just an easy menu. Just an easy menu. Oh, this is so annoying with I'm to click the wrong one. Another picture from Faxi. I love the artwork in the background. 120 watts, he's thrashing out the dead rabbit. Nice one, Faxi. Great picture, mate. Appreciate it. Oh, I do. It was nice to get pictures. It mixes things up a little bit. We're learning as we go with these community reviews. Okay, let me just break this down to you. Okay, so this is what it's like to vape on and control. In temper control, I'm in the way of it. Let me just hide for a minute. You don't need to see me anyway. Wattage and variable voltage. Now, this is where it gets a little bit difficult because you'll see here on temp control vaping, there's 2 that gave it 0 out of 10. And that's purely because they said, I never vape temperature control. I don't even have any coils here to test temp control. So they left it blank, which does affect the ratings a little bit. Nonetheless, people that what have I done? What have I done, Freerider? Nonetheless, it got good ratings. For those that did try out temperature control, it was very good. Wattage, everyone was happy with how it vaped. The performance was fine. It wasn't like it was dying. Wow, Shrek, you're on fire. It wasn't like it was struggling. You know, it fired on the button. Jack didn't use temperature control or variable, so gave them a 10 to be fair. So yeah, that's one thing. You're all lazy reviewers. I don't bother doing temperature control. What's the point? No one uses it. But generally across the board, everyone was happy with how it performed. There was no like, oh, it's a bit underpowered or overpowered. Nothing like that. So that was all good. Moving on to value for money. Right, we're getting to the end, guys. Don't panic. Value for money. Okay, and I'm gonna briefly talk about Jane in a minute about this. But basically, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 15 out of 10 against the .box.mod 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Right, Jane went mad and she thought out of 10 you can get 15. Jane put a really good comment, which I'm going to read in a minute, because she had a very unusual task. She was comparing it to the .box. 11 out of 10, yeah. Shrek, that messed up your little maths you're doing there, didn't it? Lovely photo here from Jack. That is a really cool picture, mate. Love it with the just you know, it's just there. You can just see the gold. It's just really, really nice. So well done, Jack. It's great. Jane said this. So this is her comparison with the overview. So the Themis. I deliberately did not find out the price of this mod till I'd finished the questionnaire. And what a shock that was. I was expecting at least £80 and above. And to find out it's available for half that, wow. Hats off to Dovpo, a belting mod for a brilliant price. So the .mod. I might have messed up the typing then. considering the original price, or was that you? I'm going to have to check that, Jane. Considering the original price, but can now be picked up for 80 quid if you can find one. Are the extra features worth the extra money? If you're a .mod fan, yes, but had the Themis been around at the time, I know what I would have gone for. So, and actually, if you look back, if you look back at oh dear, what am I doing there? If you look back at all the ratings out of 10, generally they're very, very close between the .box.mod. Oh, sorry, Jane. I always get moaned at for my spelling, Jane. That's why I have to make a point of it. Generally, the ratings were very, very close between the two. So I really appreciate that little summary there, Jane. That was really, really good. Overall points, I'll hide again. Average this out, Shrek. 95 out of 130. 108 out of 130. 106 out of 130. 114 out of 130. 109 out of 130. 95 out of 130. And 112 out of 130. Now, some of those ratings will be a little bit... Hi, Andy. Some of those ratings... You got it with the best bit, Andy. Some of these ratings will be a little bit 10 or plus or minus 10 because of things that were missed out. The instruction manual not being rated, or the temp control not being rated, or given a 10 when they hadn't really tested it. So there's a few discrepancies and such like. But nonetheless, pretty good ratings. Here's the overall scores out of 10. 7.4, 8.4, 8.2, 8.8, 8.4, 7.4, and 8.7 out of 10. I don't know what Dovpo are going to say about this, but if I were Dovpo, I'd be really pleased with these ratings. And ignore what it says at the bottom there, ratings out of 130, then ratings out of 10. I'd be really impressed, really pleased with them. Generally across the board, that's 7 people's different opinions, all trying them out. And you know, what's that average? Shrek has got to be around 8, hasn't it? I can tell you, don't worry, Shrek. I've done the work for you, mate. Oh, no, not there. That's the wrong one. There's so many buttons to click tonight. Have a look at a picture. This is the lilac one. Very, very nice. Thank you, Bunny. Here we go. 8.18 out of 10. 8.18 out of 10. Well done, Dovpo. Well done. Okay, now, a couple of interesting points here. These are some of the comments about what could be improved about the Themis, which I think is the main thing. The lilac one's nice, isn't it, Jackie? Astral said, the only things I like to see change are length and placement of the battery ribbon. So a lot of people saying the battery ribbon's quite short, or was a bit of a pain. The screen colour options and some markings on the doors to indicate which ways up the panels fit. I agree with them. Just Josh, a little less boxy. Love it. Straight to the point, Josh. And Lizzie OX, Lizzie OX said slightly bolder design and a few other colour options. Carrying on. And I have another nice picture here from Jack with a... Is that the fat? That's a fat rabbit RTA on top of that. Very, very nice. Sticking with the gold theme. Here's some more. Faxi. Length of battery puller to be a little bit longer and the pointy vertical side. So basically, same as what we were saying. The whole boxy feel of the device needs to be kind of rounded off a little bit more. Bunny. Slightly larger screen. A few more colour options. Very, very good there from Bunny. And Jack. Jack. Look, if anyone knows Jack, he's very thorough. When he's doing a review on something, he will tell you everything and anything about it. And this is the smallest paragraph I could find. If anyone wants a copy of Jack's form. Jack, I swear, I read every single line on your form, but I couldn't caption many bits. It was great, Jack. I love it. The edges of the mod could be rounded off, so it's more comfortable in the hand, but not a massive issue. Also, the design under the front panel could have been etched into the front panel and the front panel be fixed into place rather than removable. I like that idea. Shrek, I should have copied and pasted into Chat GPT and got it to read it out to me, or summarize this form for a 5-year-old. That's what I should have done. Anyway, they were really, really good recommendations. Generally same kind of things, but that was good. It was good to see. The design thing was something that bothered me as well. Where have I gone? The design thing bothered me. You got that really fancy design under there, and you can't see it. It's just a bit of a shame. So, to summarise, a huge thank you. I'm going to hide again. A huge thank you to the Dovpo team. for Dovpo in general, just for Dovpo being great. I put here the following names. These are all people that are kind of either been really involved or partially involved or a little bit involved. Hack, who was responsible for dishing out the forms and compiling the information. Legio X, just for being really handy and helpful in the secret Discord group. Brian, Kev, and of course Andy Wilkerson, who is the boss man of all this. Andy Wilkerson is the man. The reviewers: Lizzie, Bunny, Jack, Josh, Faxi, Astral, and Jane. You all done a really, really good job. I don't know if you were expecting more or less from any of us or any part of the experience. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, a massive thanks to Dovpo and Andy from the UK service team for sorting this out, for arranging this. Also, Hack as well was very helpful, very handy with the forms and kind of helping put things together and numbers together. Really, really good. Massive thanks to all the reviewers as well for doing a fantastic job. Really hope you're enjoying the Themis that you can keep and enjoy forever. I'm Black Vapor. Thanks for watching.